Guys, I watched this video yesterday on Facebook for only a minute, and it was Amber Rose. Amber Rose, it's explaining why she was an atheist. I wasn't really interested enough to watch the full thing, so what turned off my interest, I like to hear what people gotta say. The host asked her, have you always been an atheist? And she said, no, I used to be a Christian, but I sat there and I didn't feel what other people felt. It's so sad that I've heard that expression out of so many people's mouths in so many different ways. One person said to me, I sought God, I prayed to him, he did not answer me, so I'm a pagan. Pagan is crazy. So we rather eat children now, pass our kids through the fire. So my family member, when we were younger, I cried and I called his name and I called him. I wanted him to show up, and he didn't. So there's no Jesus. There's a certain, if I could just help somebody out here, because I could have been raised in the church, but I was brought out of the church, and for 20 years I got to experience another faith that helped me to really appreciate when I came back. So in 2019 I came back into the church, and I thought I had this attitude that, and I was a mess. God had to humble me. He had to humble me, and I love God so much because he did a lot of his humbling through sacred service and a lot of helping me to just open up my spiritual eyes and see a lot of revelation, dreams, and reading and studying and reading and meditating and revelation. And so I don't have to really go through too much embarrassment of being a hot mess. Could have been a whole lot worse, but I had a certain type of heart posture that if I can help somebody to realize why I feel something now. Because I think I think what people don't understand is that we are here today and gone tomorrow. I'm 38. In 2 years, I'll be 40. That's an hour in the life of my God. We are so little. It's so tiny. We're very fragile. If you change our environment in our atmosphere too much, just like if you change the environment of a little tadpole that you have, it will die. I used to have this little cockatoo bird I tried to keep alive, and she was thriving. She was really doing really good until somebody turned off the temperature and made her temperature too low, and she died the next day. Tiny little thing in my hands, just and it hurt my heart. But that's how fragile our life is. It's like I remember 2 kids fighting, and one of them hit their temple on the side of the sidewalk and died right after. Like, who are we really to feel that God needs to prove himself to us? God don't need to be validated by no human. When you want to feel something, if you're going to worship and you want to feel something, you come with the right heart posture. And I assure you, that you will begin to change. Our God is so good that he's not going to make a blessing into a curse by drenching you in what you want, because you will not be able to handle it. You have very minimal knowledge compared to what you you know that we haven't even discovered 10% of our ocean. You have very minimal knowledge about how things work. Science works according to creation. God calls, science follows. Everything that we've discovered was already here. You're gonna believe in the creation, in what already was made by an entity that's bigger than that. So, Moses couldn't even stare at the sun, at God, because he would die. We need certain type of glasses to look at the sun without burning holes in our eyes. And God is the God of light. He don't need no, he is light. The sun is probably nothing compared to him. You don't know. So we go to church. I go to church. And when I stand up and when I'm jumping and when I'm shouting and when I'm singing and when I can't stay still, that's because I'm also seeking. I didn't wait to feel it. I wasn't sitting there one day and I got this feeling to move and all of a sudden, no. I prepared myself and got over myself and taught myself that if you don't have something to say, there's a problem, because you have a lot to be grateful for. You should be dead. When Pastor called me a miracle, he was not lying. You should be dead. So many times you should be dead. And I don't feel like I even deserve to be there. It is a heart posture. And what God has done is he's brought me through a very slow process. From 2019, I was taken from the church. I got to experience another faith that helped me to appreciate the church. And in 2019, when I had stepped foot back into that church, no, I didn't catch the Holy Spirit like a cold. You don't just be around people and they got it, you got it. That's not how. You seek. You seek with everything that you have. You surrender, and this is a hard walk. This is the hardest fight you will ever fight. Jesus said, pick up my torture stick and follow me. It's not easy. Everybody want easy. The spirit and the flesh war against itself. Your flesh wants to lead, and it don't want you to have it no other way, and it don't want you to have it the hard way. Your spirit needs to lead, so you have to fight your flesh. You're fighting from the inside. And then we don't wrestle with flesh and blood. We wrestle with the evil spirits that rule the air. We are their direct enemy. You don't know how it feels to be a direct enemy of Satan? Go ahead, try being a Christian, and don't try it for a week or a month or a year or 2 years or 3 years. Hopefully, go all in. Go all in, not according to your time, because who are you? You don't understand that God lives outside of time. He don't need you to tell him when. It won't happen that way. You have no say. Humble yourself. Humble your heart. You don't understand why people are jumping and shouting. You could start there. You could start there in your room on your own. God, help me to understand why people praise. Find things to understand, to need. What you don't just want God, you need God. If you don't understand that you need God, then the door is not wide open for Jesus to come in. And so it's not going to happen. That's why you don't feel anything. If you have the audacity to sit there and watch other people seek God, because our praise is a seek. Our praise is a weapon. When I should be crying and I'm singing instead. When you don't know how hard it took me to get to Sunday, because I got my butt kicked on Monday through Saturday. And it's not fair. That's why we need Jesus. It's not fair fights. That's why we need Jesus, because he makes it fair. He's another spirit work fighting a spirit. We so And then when I get there on Sunday and I feel like I made it and it's a relief and I need to cry, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the change in everything God is doing for me. I'm feeling the love, the healing, and that I didn't even know could happen on this side of Armageddon. I was told it only happens in paradise. Oh, I'm feeling the lies that the enemy tried to torment me with over and over again not have no effect. All of this produces a joy that makes me dance. Get off of your time and get out of God's way. If you full of yourself, you can't be full of the Holy Spirit.